Oh, that was very unexpected. Hello, everybody. I wasn't actually trying to go live tonight. I was trying to go live tomorrow. All right then. Well, I got some. This whole thing was supposed to be set up for tomorrow, but I'm here now. Might as well test it with you guys. I got all sorts of stuff that I was going to test out tonight because I'm supposed to be without my usual co-host Brooks next week, and it's going to be me and Banana. And I didn't want things to mess up while she was here because it's embarrassing when you mess things up in front of your lady friend. So I was going to test it out tomorrow and see if I could get it all to work. But yeah, since I'm here, we'll test out some stuff, see if some people call in tonight. I guess we'll go ahead and call this.
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
I mean, things seem to be going smoothly so far. I don't know if I'm actually on the air at all. I mean, I might just be doing this to myself. Not entirely sure. I'll have to test that out in a minute. See if anybody's actually watching this thing. It is very late at night, and I didn't get any notification that I am online, that I'm broadcasting. So I have no idea if I am. But there was something that I wanted to test. And I guess I can do it with you guys now. It's this new feature where I can have like a mobile camera in the house. But I really want to figure out how would I figure out if I'm online? How would I know if I was actually online right now? I guess I could take a call. I could just take a call and be like, "Hey people, can you see me right now?" Let's do that. Let's see if anybody's on the phone lines. Then I'll test out that new fancy feature I was talking about. Let me kill the music, and then I will see if we can grab the first call. We shall put them up right now. Hey, who's this? Hello, hello. Hey, I hear someone in the background making noise. Hello, who's there? See, this is why we stopped doing the call-in show, because people call in and then they don't say anything. Like, I can hear that person. I know they're there, but they're not saying anything. So I'm going to hang up on them. But let me go to let's try one more call before I try that funny feature. I'm going to put the person on hold. They're going to be told that they are coming up next. They should be hearing that now. And we'll go to them and say, "Hey, it's the Blind Surfer Show. Who's this?"
I'm Ian.
Hey, Ian, what's going on? What platform are you watching on right now?
YouTube.
Cool. So it actually worked. This is a totally accidental live show that I was doing. I was literally just trying to go do a test, but I pressed the wrong button and I went live. So I'm here. You're here. What's going on tonight?
I don't know.
Nothing? You just saw the phone number and wanted to give it a call?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for calling. I'm glad to know that I'm at least on YouTube. I want to try this new feature out. I want to go to this button right here. Let's see if that works. Ooh, I think it did. And this allows me to go like I can walk around with this. This was just supposed to be a test of something else. So this is the new collab cam feature. And I'll test it out with you guys tonight. And I'm going to show you, I don't know, well, I'll show you my Christmas tree. How's that? So out here, this is there's my, if you can see all this, hopefully you can see this. There's a couple of my YouTube awards. One for, what's that up there? Like 100,000 followers, and one for 1 million followers. That's what they send you. They send you little plaques in the mail for stuff like that. Then when I got to 2 million followers, they didn't send me anything. It's you get one for 100,000, then you get one for 1 million, then you get one for like 10 million, which I don't think I'm going to get to. So I don't think I'm going to get another one of those. But yeah, we're all festive around here. Banana's on vacation. Like I said, I was trying to test this and get it all ready for him before she came back. But this is our Christmas tree, our fancy Christmas tree. It's 9 feet tall, 8.5 feet tall, and it kind of hit the ceiling. So it was a big one this year. I hope all this is working. I'm just walking around my house talking to myself if it's not. And a bunch of people have asked, or especially the creators of some of the stuff that was sent to me, what I did with the really nice art that people sent to me commemorating Superdog and my channel. So that stuff is my gym. And over there, you can see, if I'm pointing in the right direction, the giant Superdog carved piece. So I'll put my hand in front of it so you can see. This thing is massive. And then the metal piece that was carved for me. And also around here, There's a bunch of my surfboards and skateboards. There's more surfboards up there, I think. More surfboards over there. And yeah, this is my version of a man cave. It's my gym surf skate cave. So let's see if we can find my way back upstairs, and then we can get to the phone calls. I definitely was supposed to get a notification that I was online, but my phone didn't give it to me. There's a picture of me on the wall. I'm told it's very pretty. The colors are pretty. I don't remember exactly what the colors were like. Someone told me. I think they said there was blue and green and orange, and sounded very nice. All right, I'm heading back into the studio, and then I'll plop down and see if anybody wants to talk. Otherwise, I'll call it possibly a successful test. I'll have to go back and check the audio and see if it works. But that was my. Here we go. I'm back in the room. Let me plunk this thing down. Whoa! Let me get back over here. I'll throw this thing down, and I'll go back to. Let's see. Go back to this view right here, and I'm gonna get rid of this earpiece because it is giving me doubles of everything. I will put on my headphones. Oops, could use some slack right there. This is one of the more interesting shows I bet I've ever done because I don't even know what's going on. Headphones are too damn tight. All right, I'll mess with that while I take the next call. This is the Blind Surfer live show, the weird version where I don't actually have a plan and I didn't intend to go live. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Who is this patient person that's been waiting to talk? Hello, hello. They waited all that time.
Hello?
Oh, hey, you're there. Who's this?
Oh, my name is Ross.
Ross, what's going on?
Hold on, let me.
What are you doing?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What's?
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
One is, how do you deal with people, or do you still have a problem with people thinking that you're faking your blindness?
Yeah, it's mostly online, and online's kind of become my main source of interaction. Not because I don't know people in real life, but because I have millions of people watching online, and there's only a few people that I know daily. And so it's funny when people say that to me, they're like, "Well, you're clearly faking." And I'm like, "Well, you haven't seen me in real life. Like, if you see me in real life, I walk around with the blind guy cane. I constantly don't know." Where I am. Banana's always leading me by the hand. Like, it's very, very, very obvious in real life that I can't see where I'm going. But online, people will see me like skateboarding or surfing. They're like, "You're faking." And then sometimes, like in my own house, so this is a real life circumstance. In my own house, sometimes people will come over that, Banana will invite people over. And I'm just walking around. I don't walk around with my cane in my house. And they'll be like, "Oh, they'll say to her, they're like, 'I thought you told me he was blind.'" And I'm like, "I am blind, but I'm in my own house. Like, I know my way around my house." So I guess it does happen on occasion, but usually not when you see me out in the world. All right, why are you asking?
Well, because I have two different invisible disabilities, and one is dyslexia, and I've grown up with that.
Yeah.
And the other is I had a stroke when I was 37.
Oh, wow.
And I have short-term memory loss.
Okay.
And I have people that tell me that I'm faking my memory loss and that because I remember long-term and I can build up long-term. But when I meet people, I don't remember, unless I put them in long-term and they're where they're supposed to be. So if I meet someone at a coffee shop and I've met them there 10 times there, then I can remember them. But if I see them at the mall, I don't know who the hell they are.
I don't get the why people accuse people of faking disability. I mean, I don't know. I did get cornered. It's funny. Now you asked me the question. I didn't think I had any experiences, but I did. I got cornered in a bathroom. I posted a video about this about a year and a half ago. A guy refused to let me leave a public bathroom until I admitted that I was faking being blind. And I'm like, "What is your problem, man?" And he was telling me there was some guy in his hometown that pretended to be blind, and he drove his car around and parked in handicap spots. I'm like, "Your story makes no sense whatsoever. I'm like, there's no way that a blind guy is driving around. Parking, like, I don't know what to tell you. You have a problem with someone else, and it's not me. But yeah, he cornered me in a bathroom and wouldn't let me leave for a while. So yeah, I guess I have had experiences, but like, I don't know, I'm not trying to get anything. Like, I'm just in the bathroom, just taking a leak. It's like, why do you think I would fake being blind in this circumstance? Why do people think that you're faking? What's their rationale or situation?
Um, because I don't know, because I can hold a good conversation with you, and I don't know, when you tell them that you have short-term, well, I guess it's because when they think that you have short-term memory loss, they think you have Alzheimer's or something like that,
Yeah.
and you won't be lucid, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, and everybody with short-term memory loss, you know, depending on what part of the brain was damaged, you have different things, you know. And I have reasoning skills, and so I think that confuses them too,
Yes.
because
Well, that's like everybody with every disability. Like, usually one disability, your short term memory loss, my lack or loss of vision, it hasn't completely knocked me out. You know, I obviously have compensated in as many ways as I possibly can to keep living and keep doing stuff. And just because you have short term
right,
memory loss doesn't mean that you just, well, now I guess I'll just sit at home and do nothing forever. Like, you compensate, you move on, you do things.
right,
And I think that the normal mentality, people that are completely healthy and have all their faculties and limbs and senses, I think maybe subconsciously they think, well, if that happened to me, I wouldn't be able to function.
right.
And so they assume that
What?
you're lying or exaggerating, trying to get sympathy or something
Right,
like that.
right. Well, the other thing is when you've met one blind person, you've met one blind person. Because I follow Molly Burke also, and you two are both blind, but you're both different in so many different ways, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
She
talking.
uses a dog, she
Yep.
doesn't like a cane.
Right.
You've done both,
Yep.
and you're fine with both.
Yep. I was shocked. I didn't know anything about, because my service dog was Super Dog, and I trained him myself. He didn't come from a school or
Right.
anything. And Molly and I filmed together. I taught her how to surf, and we were walking
I
down.
saw that.
Yeah, that's cool. It was super cool. I'm glad you caught that one. We were walking down to the beach together, and she had Elton, her dog, and I had my
Right.
cane, and I didn't hear, the tech 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 tech, and I was like, you don't have your cane with you? She's like, no, I got Elton. I was like, oh man, like, I guess that's the difference between a fully trained dog. Like, even when I had Super Dog, I mean, he was good, but he wasn't perfectly trained. So I still use the cane to, for me, it's also a signifier. Like, if someone on the sidewalk looks up and they see a guy with a cane and a dog, or just a cane, they're like, okay, that guy's probably blind. Whereas Molly walking down the street just holding her dog, now it's in a service vest. And I guess if you look closely at her eyes, you might, but first glance on the sidewalk, you might just think it's a girl with a dog walking towards you.
Right.
But yeah, she and I have approached life completely differently for a million different, like a million different reasons. I also lost my eyesight much later in life, lived a fully sighted
Right.
life for a little while. But yeah, everybody comes at things differently. I'm glad you asked that question. I didn't have an answer for you at first, but you helped me talk my way through it.
So the cane doesn't always help, because that one guy, I saw this, that did he think it was a sword? I don't remember what that
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
But he thought it was.
I ended up putting up a poll about that, and it was almost split 50-50. I was in the mall filming with Brooks, and a guy walked up to Brooks and he's like, hey, where did he get that lightsaber? That's really cool.
Right.
And I said to Brooks, I'm like, what kind of a weirdo be walking through the mall, like, just dragging his lightsaber on the ground in front of him? And then I literally thought that was like one of the dumbest people I'd ever met in my entire life. I'm like, this kid has to be a complete idiot. But a bunch of people in the comments, like I said, 50-50, they're like, no, man, he was just trolling you. He was being a goof. I was like, oh,
Okay.
very funny. But
Well,
then,
see, that's the other thing with me. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
no, it's fine.
But so I do remember some things, but so they think that I'm just, because some things stick and some things don't. I mean, and everybody has that. You don't remember everything, or for most people, they don't remember everything. but I don't remember more than most, or I lose track of things,
And that
So,
happened that you had perfectly good long and short-term memory before your stroke, and then after the stroke, like immediate symptom, like all of a sudden short-term memory was gone?
yeah, because one of the parts that was damaged is the hippocampus, and that's where you store
Memories
your
are formed.
short-term memory.
Yeah. Is that where the RNA gets sequenced into long-term memory from short-term?
Yeah.
Oh,
hmm
okay. I randomly know
So,
some stuff about that.
and like at home, everything has to have its place. I have to put my keys right where they are, So I have to. It's not that I have OCD, because I know a couple people that have OCD,
Yeah.
and when things are messed up or not in their place, it bothers them.
Yes.
It
And
doesn't bother me. I just can't find
it
it.
doesn't bother you until you can't find it again. Then it's slightly bothersome.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't even. But see, for something to bother you, you have to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And with the short-term memory loss, I don't remember. I mean, I can't hold on to it. It just
That's
unless I
kind of
write it down or
interesting.
take a picture of it, and I just dwell on it,
Are you
and then I have to keep. Oh, go on.
are you in a relationship? And you don't have to answer. You can say it's personal, but I'm just curious.
No, because I'm not, because most people don't understand, and they just don't get it. So if I found like someone in the medical field, I think that would be easy for me to do. But
I was curious, like how
no,
arguments would work. Like if you were, and I guess you don't have to be in a relationship to get into an argument, but is it possible to have an argument with someone that you don't recall, and they will tell you, no, we just had a big tiff about that?
I've had that with a few friends, and yeah, yes.
That is, the mind is a bizarre and interesting thing. That's so is there any, I understand that it is actual damage to the hippocampus, but is there anything that you can do to try and improve or get back some of that short-term memory at all, or it just is what it is?
Well, I can make up long term. So if I keep doing things over and over and over the
Yep.
same, it becomes a long term.
Yep.
But the short term, like I can't tell you what I did yesterday unless I look at my notes, day planner, or pictures. I don't know what I did yesterday.
Do you take pictures on purpose to look at them? Like, I went to the mall yesterday, I'm going to take a picture to remember that I shopped. Do you do that?
Not sometimes, but it's if I want to remember something or something like that, I'll take a picture of it, or I'll write it down on my day planner, or even make a voice recording of it,
And
then I can go back that night and listen to my voice recording.
That's, I do so many voiceovers throughout the course of the day, sometimes 50, sometimes as many as 120. I will be watching / listening to TV with Banana, or be out in her car, and one of my voiceovers will come on, and she'll be like, "You sounded good in that one." I'm like, "I have no recollection of doing that." And
Right.
it's and that for me is just, it's something I did, and I moved on really fast because I had to get to the next one. So it's a very different situation. But hearing your own voice and not remembering saying it is a little trippy, and again, very different circumstances. But I've experienced it my
Right.
own way, and it's a little weird.
Right.
Well, God love you for dealing with that, and thanks for calling in tonight. I'm going to see if there's some more people there. I really appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah. Well, thank you for answering my questions. So, but yeah.
It was great
So,
to talk to you, and
congratulations on where you're at.
Oh, thank you.
And just keep going.
I appreciate that.
It's great that you have a job. That's the other thing, is I don't have a job, because if I can't, I just can't remember to do. I've had like an ex-boss try to employ me from where I used to work.
Yep.
For her.
Yep.
And she was at a store, and she's just like, you really can't do this. And
Yeah.
you know, it didn't hurt my feelings or anything.
You
In
just-
fact, I loved it that she was honest.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just trying to, you know.
gloss over it. Well, that's
Yeah.
tough. That is tough. I feel for you, but I guess good news about our conversation is it will be living on YouTube forever, so you can go back tomorrow and say, "Hey, I was on the Blind Surfer Show," because it'll be there for
Right.
you. Well, thanks again
Right.
for the call. I really appreciate it. I want to try and do one thing because I know I think I accidentally went live on a whole bunch of platforms tonight. I wanted to see if I could get into the Open Streamlabs controller. I wanted to see if I could get into the chat of any of them and see if is it going to open or what? Hello? It's thinking about it. It's definitely, oh, look there. I think I'm in the Streamlabs controller. Chat. Hit the chat button. I can go to the YouTube one. Ooh, there's a bunch of people chatting. Someone said, damn. Someone said, I can hear it. What can you hear? Yeah, what can you hear? Oh no, there's no sound? What do you mean? Who says no sound? Why does Joan... It's taking audio from two mics when I'm in this view. Hopefully this is old. Hopefully I got this fixed. Hopefully I got the sound fixed. Let me take the next call and someone just said, yo. I wonder which chat I'm in. I don't know if I'm in the horizontal or the vertical. Hopefully you don't have some weird feedback thing going on right now. That would be a little disappointing. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. I'm taking phone calls completely by accident, just talking to you guys tonight. Welcome to the impromptu surprise blind surfer show. Who's this? Hello. I can hear them in the background. And I know we take calls because I just took one. Remember? I was just talking to a guy. Oh, that was a Freudian. 760-517-6844 is there someone? You got right through. Hey, who's this?
This is Michael in Boulder. Hi,
Mike.
Pete.
Hey, what's going on, Michael? Michael, let me because I am alone tonight and I was in the chat there for a second, people saying there was some trouble with the audio. Can you hear me okay if you're watching the show?
You sound fantastic, Pete, and I'm listening to the show on YouTube.
That is great. I'm usually I have a little notification on my phone that vibrates in my pocket when we go live, and I didn't get that tonight. So I was pretty sure that I was just talking to myself, but I'd rather be talking to you. What's going on in Boulder this fine late evening?
Well, I've got a new band going, so we're trying to figure out a set list.
Oh, cool. What kind of music do you play?
It's 80s rock.
Oh, that's some of my favorite music. Like, what are your mainstay bands? What do you guys cover?
Well, geez, my friend, we got a really hot rod guitar player. I like to call him Johnny Lightning.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing some Ozzy tributes, of course, because of that.
Yep.
And we're doing Slither. And we're doing Fire Woman by The Cult.
Nice.
And,
That's one of my favorite. That one.
Yeah.
I love The Cult has been a big part of my workout lately. I get all amped up when Fire Woman comes on. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Now Slither, the song or Slither is a song by Velvet Revolver. But what Slither?
That's right.
Oh, well, that's more like 90s, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but there's nothing wrong with dipping our toes into the 90s, and we sometimes we'll go backwards to the 70s as well.
Sounds like a fun
we're
band.
mainly an 80s band,
Yeah.
but everybody gets to make decisions, so sometimes I've got to be very diplomatic, and we'll go to 70s and 90s.
Cool.
And 2000s once in a while. If we find what we do, Pete, is we work with our vocalist, and we make sure we choose songs in his range so we can show him off.
I was a lead singer of a band for a while, and I had a very limited range, and I learned they're like I didn't do music theory or anything. I just kind of grabbed a mic and I can carry a tune a little bit, and they're like, yeah, you can do stuff in A and E, and that's it. I was like, oh, okay. I guess that's where we'll live.
Right. Well, some bands actually do that, so that's not too far off from the real thing. Heck.
No.
So,
What's your instrument?
I'm a drummer. I'm the blind drummer.
Oh, Brooks, my usual co-host, is a drummer. He's been drumming for
Oh, I
years.
didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he's got a whole setup at his house. They don't play out. He played out a couple times. Screaming Avocados is his band, I believe is the name. And he's a drummer and singer. So he's got the mic set up, and he does. They cover everything. They do last thing I saw him do was a Grateful Dead song. He was singing and drumming.
Oh, there you go, man. So I do the same thing. I do the backup vocals. I'll do leads. I do Werewolf of London. I do Them Changes by Buddy Miles.
Nice.
Black drummer.
Cool.
Yeah. And yeah. So we get around. So we're a startup, and we're just like I say. That's what's happening. We're building a list. We're at the fun time of building a band. I finally got my players. I got the right guys, and we're moving forward.
That's
what's
fantastic.
happening.
How long have you been drumming for? And were you drumming before you lost your sight, or did you pick it up after, or were you always blind? 9 questions in one there.
Okay. I love the 9 questions in one because that means I get to talk for a long time
Sure.
too. So yeah. So all of the above. I was born single visioned, one eye.
Okay.
So yeah, yep. So I learned. I could read sheet music. I actually had a driver's license up to 16.
Oh wow.
But always single visioned. So I learned how to read sheet music in 2nd grade and stayed with it up to 6th in school. Stayed in school. People eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't do drugs. And graduated 7th grade and started losing the old vision, man.
Yeah.
I've got the glaucoma. So and that's my secret is I kind of learned it before I lost my vision, and now I'm known around the area as a blind drummer.
Are you? I'm thankful for the fact that my eyesight went slowly. I'm very thankful for that. Do you feel like having had some vision for a while so you could put some skills in your head and some tasks and learn how to do stuff? And glaucoma, I'm assuming you lost that second eye slowly, so you were aware it was going to happen. Do you ever find any thankfulness in that process?
Major. There's times, so I live in Boulder. I live in a beautiful place. And I came here on purpose to lose my vision.
Yeah.
The transportation here was top in the country as far as the bus system at the time. And I sat on a picnic table, Pete, and watched the mountains and watched the sunset. And I was able to see the detail of the pine trees. And yes, sir, I remember vividly. Whenever I want to, I can close my eyes and see things in the past, memories, good and bad, just like I think everybody can. So yes, having some residual vision in the beginning and realizing that, what you've got coming, you've got to deal with.
Yeah.
So that helped me with everything. I'm the guy that goes by stick spinner. I'm the one that thought, I used to bug you about cane travel and all that. I realized
you're so much nicer to
everybody's
talk to in
different,
person. You're a pain in the ass in the comment section. I'll tell you truthfully.
Well, thank you, my good sir. Thank you.
That's why I like throwing up the call-in show every now and then to get to talk. It's so much harder to be mad at people when you actually talk to them and get to know them. And I'm grumpy about that whole subject. I just don't have time. I don't get any time. No one lets me.
I get it.
And I get around. I do okay. I'm fine right now.
I get it, my brother.
If I get to the point I need you, I'll
Yeah.
call on you. I promise.
Oh, I know you will. And that's why I'm a friendly, because that way you will reach out to me. You won't be like, oh, I don't want to work with a bad guy. So yeah, man. I usually joke. I'm happy. I'm upbeat, and I call myself the professional blind person.
Yeah.
So I try to get my skills as best as I can with the things that I need for me.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the same for you, Pete, and I can't be angry with you. I just try to motivate, and sometimes I'm a little pushy.
I appreciate you taking it so well. I mean, comments can come off one way or another. I think maybe the last time I was
Yeah.
basically like, leave me alone, and I didn't mean it like leave me the f alone. I just meant like leave me alone. I don't want to do it now. but
Well, here I am. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back to say hi and let you know the other side of me as well. And that's what's great. Again, I love the fact that some of the people who are sighted calling, especially the kids,
Yep.
so that they'll get a better understanding of when they see somebody with a disability. That, hey man, this guy has character. He's a personality. Oh my gosh,
Yep.
he's not damaged. You
Not-
know, we're
yeah.
not. We don't need to be fixed.
More than
Let us figure out what we need.
Yeah, more
What
more
each
than just a
individual.
disability. I'm glad to hear that the band is coming along well. I'm excited that you guys got to you guys got to come out to SoCal
Let me say
sometime.
the name.
Yeah, go ahead.
Spoiled Rotten.
Spoiled Rotten.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys got to. There's a bunch of live music venues in my town, like a bunch of them, and they're
I
playing
know that.
music all the time. So I would
Yes,
love.
they do.
I would love to come. I was going to say see you because I still use those words. I'd love to come hear you sometime.
I can send you videos, my sir.
Oh, that'd be great. I would actually really love that. I would love to listen to the band because the music you play is the music I love. So if you got a audio version of Slither that you did, I'd love to check it out.
I've got a pre-COVID AC/DC tribute that I did that was fantastic. It got rated a 9 out of 10. I'll
Awesome.
send you that. I got the EPK, electronic press kit. I'll send that
Yep.
to you. We'll start with that.
All right, sounds good.
Peace.
Peace. Good to talk to you. I heard a notification a couple minutes ago in the life. Joni's not worried about something. She slept most of the day. It's good to know that not what? Someone wants to sleep. Yeah, I don't know what that one is. Oh, Joni's on hold. Wait, wait. Yeah, Joni's on hold. Okay, so Joni's on hold. I think have we ever spoken? I don't know if I've ever spoken to Joni. You hang in there because I'm gonna be doing this for a little while tonight. Apparently things are working, which I'm a little surprised about. But as long as they're working, ooh, what just happened? Did I just lose somebody? Hello, hello, hello. Who's this? Oh, please don't tell me that I just lost Joni doing that. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Hey, who's this?
Hey, Pete Gustin.
Hey,
Wow.
what's going on? Who's this?
Hi, this is Derek. I just wanted to start by saying that I'm a huge fan of your show. I think what you do is absolutely incredible. And I just wanted to say thank you, honestly, for I guess just like showing, what you do, doing what you do, and all the good stuff.
That is really nice. I appreciate that. What was it last night's show? Basically, the end of last year and at the end of this year, I was like, I think I'm gonna quit. I think because it's not my job. Like I don't make any money. The last 6 lives I've done, at the end of them, I get this notification from YouTube, and I keep getting charged between $1 and $3 at the end of every live. I'm like, why are you charging me money to do? Something is wrong with my ad feed or something like that. But they keep charging, and so I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna keep doing this. But having found this live show and getting to spend time with Brooks and Banana, it's nice to I've been in that booth by myself for years, just kind of talking to a camera, but talking to them and then opening up the phone lines every now and then, talking to you guys, like it makes me want to keep doing it. It does. I enjoy
Absolutely.
walking away from the community would be super hard. And you know what's funny? I said hi and you go, Pete Gustin. What's really funny is when I very first started doing the channel and it started getting popular, Banana and I would be wherever we were, LA, San Diego, wherever we'd go. And we'd hear Blind Surfer, Blind Surfer. I still remember the first time I was crossing the sidewalk in the town over from me near the pier, and someone goes, Pete Gustin. I'm like, hey, he knew my name. I don't know why. I got really excited. Like someone in public actually said my name and not just Blind Surfer. So I still get a kick out of that. Like, hey, people out there know who I am. That's kind of cool.
Of course, yeah.
Well,
It's always good to actually like hear the name be said as opposed to just what you're commonly known as.
yeah, I mean, when I started
Um,
the channel, it was just Blind Surfer, and after a year, I was like, I don't want to be just like some blind dude that surfs. So I attached, and then my YouTube rep messaged me. They're like, your handle has become very long. That's not easily memorable. I was like, whatever, I'm doing it. Sorry, what's keep talking about me. Let's keep talking about me. But what's going on with you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. So I I love your call-in shows. I normally don't actually get to take care of them because I'm usually I'm a freelancer, blind, same as you. So obviously, another thing in common. But I kind of wanted to ask you. I'm pretty sure I think you did a short on this a little while back. Great short, by the way. But I kind of wanted to I guess get a retake on that and kind of just see, for you, when you initially started with voice acting, what do you think it took? Like, did you have all the resources? Were you kind of did you have a plan? Was it something that it was just a multi-step process? What do you think it took for you as a blind person pursuing voice acting?
I mean, it was an extraordinarily long process, and it was also a very different time. Like the very first time I grabbed a mic and started thinking that I wanted to do voiceovers was 1995, 1996, and the
Wow.
internet didn't
Okay,
even
so you knew
exist.
way back when.
Yeah, I mean, so 95, I was 18 years old. I got into college and immediately took an internship at a radio station, and I just kind of right away started thinking that I wanted to do voiceovers. And I mean, it was a ground up procedure for me. Like I would sneak into the studios at night and practice reading copy. I mean, let's see if I can condense this into a minute as opposed to the 20-year story that it was.
Of course, yeah.
I tried to teach myself, thought I was doing good, wasn't. You need a second ear. You need a professional, someone to tell you what's going on. I made a couple demos on my own, played them for people. They told me they were terrible. Finally
Mhm.
started doing some research, A/B comparisons, how do I sound reading this commercial versus how does it sound when it's on the TV? Eventually got some coaches and started working with people. And I became a production director at a radio station. So then I got the opportunity to work with really talented voiceover people. And over the course of, so I started when I was 18, and I didn't really even start to make money until I was 30. Because again, I started as a kid. My voice wasn't even fully developed yet. I still had a bad Boston accent. I was 18
got
years old trying to get into it, and I thought my name was Pete Augustine. I needed to fix that first. So long, 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 long road. And once I learned the voice aspect, I figured how to sound like an American as opposed to a Bostonian. Figured how not to talk out of my nose all the time, which is what I did when I was younger. Then I started focusing on acting and taking acting classes because people forget that voice acting isn't just voice, it's acting. And
Of course, yes.
that's when I just took totally separate acting, not voice classes at all, not voice coach, acting classes. And that helped a lot.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you so much. That info is invaluable. Do you think I hear so much about finding an agent and stuff. I'm an 18-year-old kid who's just trying to make a living. So I don't think an agent is anything I can exactly afford anytime soon. What do you think? Just coming from somebody who's just trying to start something up, you think I guess going to open mic stuff would help, or what do you think?
God,
Ultimately, sets
I
the
wouldn't have
scale?
guessed that you were 18. You sound a million times better than I did when I was 18. I'm telling you, I sounded horrible.
Really?
Bad Boston accent, nasal, spoke too fast, didn't enunciate. I was a mess. You have a great natural speaking voice. So an agent, the funny thing is a lot of people be like, oh, I need to get an agent. Well, agents work on commission. And if you're making zero, or even if you're making, $40,000, $50,000, they're going to take 10% of that. And agents don't really, 10% to zero is zero. So you can't get an agent to start. It's not like the movies
Gotcha.
where you watch someone get on a bus, they go out to LA, they hook up with an agent, and then they become a superstar, because the agents don't work off of speculation. So you're not going to get an agent at this point. A lot of agents won't even look at you until you're billing probably about $100,000 of your own billable yearly income to begin with.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
then they get $10,000 off of that, and that's, they can work with that, and hopefully they can get the numbers up. I built my base. I got to my first 100,000 by contacting lots of radio stations because I also did production. So I would offer them voice and production. If you're just a voice actor and you don't know how to produce your own stuff, you're going to be behind a lot of other people that have skills with that. You can also
Gotcha.
offer, I would reach out to companies all over. Like I'm talking in the late 90s, I had like the Yellow Pages, and I was trying to find like locksmiths in parts of the country that did advertising. Like I would listen to different radio stations from around and be like, okay, I heard an ad for Larry's Locksmith up in Lebanon, New Hampshire. And I'd try and find their phone number and be like, hey, I heard your ad on the radio. I can do a different one for you and I'll save you a few bucks. I was trying to just build up my resume. And, so I found some radio stations, I found some advertisers. I would contact a lot of sports organizations, AAA teams in baseball, AHL hockey teams, and say, hey, I'll do your voiceovers in your stadium for you. And, then I started to build my resume. Eventually I went from AAA. Then I started working for Major League Baseball teams. I think my first one was the Kansas City Royals. It was the first baseball team that signed me. And then I do the San Diego Padres out here. And, then I started building myself upwards towards that 6-figure income. And then I went to an agency and said, hey, sign me. You'll automatically get 10% of the 100,000, and then you can help me find more work. And that's how that road kind of works.
So despite contrary belief, an agent is definitely not the first step to take when initiating this process.
No,
Thank you. That's really good to know.
Yeah, agent is the second to last step, and then a manager is the last step. Because, where I am right now, my agency takes 10% and my manager takes 10%. And I'm also in a pretty serious tax income bracket. And so they take like 37%. So
Wow.
you're losing, you work to make about half of your money. But the agents become worth it at a certain point because the jobs that they book for me, while I was scrounging for $100, $200, $300 jobs, the ones that they're throwing me are, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 jobs usually. But yeah, it's
Gotcha.
all to follow the ladder properly. It's build your own portfolio, then look for an agent, then look for a manager.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I was constantly trying to, get advice from other people, but I think it's a little harder, when you're asking people who have sight. I have a lot of sighted friends. I don't actually have a lot of blind friends, which some people find shocking. But regardless, asking them for advice, it just seems like the process is somewhat similar, somewhat different. And so I kind of just wanted to see, what the caveats were and all that stuff. But thank you so much for the info. I really appreciate it.
Sure thing. And real quick, and I'm just going to give you my experience, and I don't want to, I'm just going to spit it out. You might know this if you followed my story. I did hide my blindness for a large chunk of my career. And I'm not saying you have to, and I'm not saying you should. I'm just telling you what I did, because I found that if an agency or a recording house somehow knew or noticed or figured out that I was blind, they just acted completely differently. They were more concerned with, how are you gonna read this copy? What if we have to make a change? And then, I felt like I didn't.
It's just, unfortunately, the ignorance of the world. Yeah, it's just like having to constantly get used to that, adapting to that. Oh yeah, they're blind, so maybe we need to make adjustments. When in actuality, it's not that deep.
Right. Like I wouldn't walk into your office if I wasn't prepared. Like I'm not coming here expecting. Another thing that I feel like is mildly controversial is this whole big thing about workplace accommodations. And if you need them, and your workplace is required to provide them, that's great. But that's a workplace, that's a job, you've been hired. Everything I do is very different. I'm auditioning constantly. Even now, I audition constantly, 3, 5, 7 times a day. I'm auditioning, and there's nothing guaranteed there. There's no workplace accommodation. And that can't be expected. If they're auditioning 30 guys for the voice of a Verizon commercial, I can't be like, oh, hey, I need this in Braille, or, I need this in a text-to-speech format. That's on me. No. I got to figure that out. So I'd say every opportunity.
Figure that out.
That exactly. It's my job. My job is to figure out my problem, so it's not your problem. So I don't know. Just take that for what it's worth. I don't know, man. I don't want to sit there and say hide your disability, but just make sure it's not someone else's problem, at least if you're doing this type of work. not going to tell someone who's being an engineer that they shouldn't be allowed to ask for, a large monitor if they need it. Like, of course you should. But doing what you and I do, it's just a little different.
Got you. I appreciate the honesty. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thanks a lot. I appreciate the phone call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck with everything. We are at, let's see what time it is tonight. It's 11:43, so I haven't been on that long. Let's see if, let me pop into the chat.
Joni BC. I spent a lot of time in HB as a kid. We had friends there and our parents would take turns watching all the kids.
Joni was somewhere as a kid. HB, I don't know what that is. Oh, Huntington Beach. I do know what that is.
Text time. At Joni BC, a blessing living in upscale cities. Never had opportunities to move in areas like that, but I love visiting those areas. Send a message. Text field. Text time. I love going to Huntington Beach. Wait for
Yeah, HB is Huntington Beach. I think Joni's definitely living. I wonder which chat that is. Is that the vertical, the horizontal? I think I'm on a bunch of platforms tonight. I'm not even sure. We'll see if Joni is in the call queue or if I lost her somehow. Oh, I just pressed the button. I did not mean to. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. It seems like everything's working tonight. Very excited about that. Hey, who's this?
Hello, this is Garcia.
Garcia, what's going on?
Hi, I live in Colorado. I have a reading and writing disability. It's not dyslexia. A lot of people think it's dyslexia. But yeah, I have that, and it's kind of hard to live with because my reading disability actually comes from my trauma, my PTSD trauma. It lost the reading area in my brain. Yeah.
And how does that? Are you in school or are you older?
I'm older. I'm 28.
And do you work right now?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good for you. What do you work? What do you do?
I work at a smoothie shop.
Oh man, I love smoothies. I tried to get the smoothie shop down the street from me to name one of their smoothies, the Blind Surfer. I told them I'd pay them $20
cool.
if they did it, and they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So
I love your videos and stuff like that. I really love your videos because it's really inspiring to see people that have disabilities and don't let them hold them down.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different ways to try and find your way. Not to be repetitive or redundant to my own slogan, but every time I lost a little more vision, I just found a different way to do things. I feel like there's always, as long as there's life, there's a way to do something. What is your?
Yeah, that's why I listen to audiobooks. Actually, I listen to audiobooks because of my reading disability.
I love audiobooks. What genre?
Yeah.
What do you like to listen to the most?
I like fantasy fiction, science fiction. I like all kinds of genres. I don't really have a genre I don't like.
I wrote 2 sci-fi and 1 fantasy book. 2 of them.
You wrote books? I didn't know you write books.
Yeah, I got 3 audiobooks on Audible right now. I narrated 2 of them. I wrote 1, and so the sci-fi book that I wrote and narrated is called I Talk to Atoms. Really highly rated.
I'll check that out.
It debuted at number 1 on Amazon. People really like that one. And the one that debuted at number 5 on Amazon is called The Skill Conspiracy. I narrated that one as well. And that one's super fun. I've been compared to some of Brandon Sanderson's books, just kind of the style.
Oh, that's really good.
So
but yeah, I mostly called in to talk about my disability and how like I have apps and stuff on my reading and stuff.
Yep.
I just don't know which apps to use because some of them cost money, and I just want to figure out what app will you know what I mean? Like with my reading disability, I can't read like stuff in the grocery store, for example, and it's just kind of hard.
I mean,
do you have any suggestions?
I just use the built-in the screen reader on the iPhone is really spectacular right now.
I don't have an iPhone.
Oh, you don't have an iPhone?
I'm an Android.
Okay, there's I don't know how the text-to-speech works there, but you can download the Seeing AI app on Android. That it's just Seeing and then AI. It's a free app, and then it's totally free. It's made by Google, and you can point that, you can hold it and point it at anything. So if you're in the grocery store, you hold it up to the bags of chips, and it'll say Lay's or baked potato.
Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah,
they'll read everything.
I also play video games, so that's also kind of hard with my disability.
Yeah.
Because I have a reading disability. Some video games I have to read. I play a lot of VR games, which probably you can't play because you're blind.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I just can't read some of the prompts and stuff. It's hard because I'm like, I want to know. I have to take a picture of it usually, and then translate to an app, and then it's a lot of work.
Yeah, that one. If you use the Seeing AI app, it does it in real time. Just keep your phone next to you, and the prompt comes up
Okay.
on the screen. You can just hold the phone up to the monitor or whatever it's on, and it'll read it for you in real time. Garcia, thank you for the phone call. John, going to try and get through some more calls tonight. I should be more tired than I am, but I kind of gave myself a bit of a panic attack when I accidentally went live. So I got this extra juice running through my bones right now. So I'll be here for a little while. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Who's this?
Joni.
Joni, I knew I'd get to you eventually. I thought if it went too long that you'd end up getting kicked out of the queue, and then we'd all be sad.
Oh, well, thank you for that. I needed that. No, I did get kicked off once, called back in, but no, it's nice to talk with you. This is actually I think I kind of needed this tonight.
Really? So it was your karma that came my way and made me hit public instead of private, because I really was just trying to test this whole thing tonight.
Well, I'm glad that, you're doing this. It just hit the perfect time tonight, and again, it was much needed, and I feel like a regular person again, just touching base with real people.
Oh, that's nice. Which are you watching, vertical or horizontal? Because your comments are the ones that I've been getting tonight.
Oh, okay. I'm watching vertically.
Vertical. So just me mostly in the screen. That's funny. So Streamlabs feeds me the vertical one as opposed to the horizontal. I gotta say, there's like 3 people, maybe 4. There's probably more than that. But that I kind of look forward to hearing in the comments and getting the perspective. And you and Zen Moon Master are like right there at the top. I love, and then and Devil's Advocate, and then like you guys,
Yes.
you're so supportive to Zen Moon. I think it's really sweet. And every time I keep thinking I'm gonna quit doing this, I do think about the community. And I think I try and respond to you as much as I can, Joni. And sometimes I just drop a heart. But I hope I appreciate your watching quite a bit. It means a lot to me that
Thank
you're
you,
in there.
because you're one of the few people I regularly follow and enjoy, and you have no idea how much you've helped me through some of the darker moments. Because, as other people have said, when you have like an invisible disability, a lot of times you're discounted or what have you, and it can be really overwhelming. And you have given me the motivation to keep trying and to keep working on building strength and just trying things, and if something doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and that's okay. At least I tried.
Yep. It will take a longer time when you're dealing with, less faculties or abilities than other people have. But I think that my superpower is the willpower to, there might be people that can see who could do something faster, but they don't have the dedication or willpower that I have, that I put towards the things that I want to do. I keep succeeding in different things despite the fact that I've lost my eyesight. It's because, and Brooks and I were talking about this the other night, it's just you work hard instead of giving up, because it can be really, like you said, it can be really disheartening when you can't do things like everybody else, and you can want to give up. That's kind of natural. But if you're willing to put in the work and the effort, you'll win. You'll win every time, as long as you're willing to put in the work. And I'm glad to hear that you're still going, because giving in is easy, but it's got a crappy ending. Working more is hard, but it's so rewarding.
Exactly. And like I'm coming up on 21 years of being officially disabled, and it's it's really frustrating, but at the same time, I've found myself the last couple of years feeling stronger, not just physically, but emotionally. And I mean, I'm still limited on a lot of things physically, but it's amazing how much a good attitude can do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
I look back at the time when it was my own damn fault that I was in my head and being negative. And when you look back at it with, you know, the benefit of hindsight, you're like, oh, that was my fault. When you allow yourself to get negative, everything gets worse. It's crappy enough I'm disabled. Now I got to be negative and make it worse. Like, the best thing to do is try and stay positive and overcome. Do you want to tell, because I haven't done this in a while, and I definitely want to get you on. Do you want to tell any of your story, Joni, or you don't have to go there if you don't want to.
No, I was working as a nurse, and I was working with a patient, and they moved at the wrong time, and it was a career-ending injury, and it was nobody's fault. It just is the way it happened. I was even actually working with an aide with the patient, so it was just pure bad luck. And I honestly thought I was going to only be out for 12 weeks maybe.
Yep.
And it turned out that no, I was out forever. But again, it's really strange because there have been positives to this. I got to spend more time with my kids. I've been able to shift focus in my life to other things. It's also helped me to slow down and appreciate life a little bit more. And the other thing, it's helped, like, because I was free to do a little bit more photography, that type of thing, which I really love. And subsequently got several album covers, that type of thing.
It's amazing.
And the weird thing is that what it took away from me was a career I really loved.
Yeah.
What it left me with, though, was, other than the frustration and the pain and everything else, it left me with this ability to appreciate when things are going right with my body.
And you know what you're saying right now? I want to bring attention to the audience. I don't know how many people are watching tonight. Maybe we'll reach some people here. But what you're saying right now takes so many steps and so much work to get to. You're saying that you lost something huge, but you're looking on the positive side of it. And that's, I spent 20 years just being pissed off that I was losing my eyesight, just pissed all the time. I was angry, because no one around me was losing their eyesight. It was just me.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just took a lot of growing up. It took meeting Banana to like you're talking about time with your kids and working with photography. To get there, to say that is so much work, but I'm so proud of you to get there, and I can say, if I wasn't leading this life with this crap ass eyesight that bunked out on me, I probably never would have met Josh. I never would have took up surfing. I probably would have stayed in Boston. And I found joy in my life because I lost my eyesight. And I never could have gotten there for a long, long, long time. So to hear you say that this horrible thing happened, but you found little bits of joy, I'm super proud of you. And I think that's amazing. And I'm glad to hear you share that.
Well, thank you. And, I'm proud of you too, because, I can appreciate the loss of eyesight since I have within the last couple of years, lost basically all of my sight in my right eye. But all I have to do is have surgery and I should have it back. But that's a different story. People messing with my eyes is not In fact, it's at the very bottom of my list.
Yeah.
But there is something about when you adjust your thinking, it does change everything. And had I not hit rock bottom emotionally and financially several years ago, after having just lost my dad, then my mom and everything, I think I would have given up completely. But something happened, and I just felt like, okay, I still have to keep trying, because guess what? There's more to life, and I'm not done. I have a lot of stuff I still want to do. And if I give up, then I never get to do it.
Yeah.
And, I'll probably never be able to do all the things I want to do. In fact, I know I won't, because frankly, I'm old. But
but you'll do other things.
Yeah, but exactly. And I'll meet new people. I'll be lucky enough to experience a lot of other things that I wouldn't have if I had just called it quits.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone there in my head sometimes, like when it's exhausting, like just walking around being blind, just so much more effort to do everything, and then the complete lack of joy input that I get, and now I don't get. I posted this video just on Monday. What is a beautiful day to me? Josh
Exactly
is such a I love Josh for so many reasons, but I'm just talking about the ways he and I experience. He's such a visual person. Like he walks out the door and he's like, "Oh my God, the clouds are amazing." And he'll say this stuff to me, or we'll be surfing. He's like, "Oh my God, the bubbles in the water are so cool." And it's so nice to hear his joy. But in another respect, and I don't think this way when I'm with him, but it just, it's something that occurs to me every now and again. Like he takes so much joy from just looking at the beauty of the world. And that's been taken away from me, and that sucks. But it doesn't mean that there's no joy. I get my joy in a very different way. I have to work for it, but I find plenty of it. So, I might think like this blows. There's so much stuff that was taken away, but there's so much more out there that I can still experience, and so I'm happy to keep trying.
And he feels so much joy that he has to share it with you, even knowing that you can't see it. You hear the joy in his voice, and that gives you that dopamine hit too.
Yeah.
It's like it's.
Go ahead.
It's contagious.
It is. And it's for some reason just like being out there. To me, surfing is a bit of I've kind of turned it into a battle. And I didn't want to do that. Like every other sport I ever did, I was a competitive sailor. I was a competitive swimmer. I did ultimate frisbee. I played football, and I always wanted to be the best I possibly could. Compete. And I really didn't want to compete at surfing because I'm like, man, I just turned every sport into like this battle and challenge. And surfing has kind of become a battle to me. Like I go out there and I fight the waves every day. But when I go out with Josh and he's just happy to be there, he's like, "Hey, the water's not cold. The sun is blue." And, he'll tell me, he's like, "I'm just laying on my board, feeling the sun." I was like, that's great. Like, I love that.
Yeah. And there's a joy. There's to me, like whenever I can get to the beach, the sound of the waves, the warmth of the sun, and even if it's a cloudy day, I don't care. Because it's just at the beach, but I can hear the waves, my feet, to like dig my toes into the sand. Yeah. There's just something so satisfying about that. And there's just so much pleasure to be had just in the everyday little things that, you don't necessarily need sight, or you don't need to be able to walk or run or whatever to experience certain things. And like for me, that was like my hardest lesson
Yeah.
after being injured, that there are just so many other ways to enjoy life. And if I can't do the one thing, then, well, at least I can enjoy this. And, you know, like as much as I'd really like to go and get back on a horse again or something, it's really not the best idea.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. And it's like where I used to be so disappointed by the things like I can't do anymore. It's like, if I feel that, I feel it. I mean, yes, you should, and you should acknowledge the feelings you have, you know, acknowledge the loss, that type of thing.
Yep.
But at the same time, if you let the loss overwhelm everything, you lose that opportunity to experience good.
Yeah, new joy. No, I wish it didn't take me. It's not like from 20 to 40, or maybe 38 or so. It's not like I didn't live, but there was just an undertone of grr. Like, man, I was just pissed. In my eyesight, it took a long time to go, which is great. But also it was going and going, and everybody else is doing fine and doing things and seeing stuff, and it was like I was aging faster than everybody else. And I spent so long being mad about it. It's funny, like by the time I started this channel, I was like, I'd finally gotten to a good place. And so people were like, oh, you're so happy, you're so positive, you're doing so much. I was like, yeah, man, after a couple decades of being mad at the world, it's not something that happens right away. You know, people call me like, I've recently lost my vision. How do you cope? I'm like, I don't know, man. I might not be the best one to ask, because 18 years of being pissed off at the world isn't really a great track record, but I did get there. You know, I got there. I will say I'm a happy dude. I mean, I've got so much to be thankful for, and you know, it just took a long time to get there, but I made it through, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, and it's really weird because like I had a 6-year relationship that, you know, ended badly. Some of it was because of who he was, and some of it was because of my physical limitations and my unwillingness to constantly be in pain just to please them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm sorry, but a 5-hour road trip doesn't sound like fun to me.
No.
You know, there's all those little things, but that opened the door to new opportunities, and I'll always be grateful for those, because for everything you lose, there's always something you gain, and it just takes time for you to get to that point where you can appreciate that it is a trade-off. And I mean, and I know I asked you this in the comments once about, you know, if you could have your eyesight back, I mean, but you'd have to give up everything you have. Would you?
That's a hard one. I hate hypothetical. Boo to you, Joni. I hate those hypotheticals. They make me mad. Like I like everything. Like I don't know. I mean, what's everything? Do I have to lose Banana, my house, my career, like Steve, Skylar,
Yeah.
like all that to have my eyesight back? Like I feel like that's a crappy trade, because I worked so hard to get all this stuff to begin with.
Yeah.
I
And
feel,
it's like,
I feel like if you told me I had to
but
give
it
all my
feels,
money, like if I had to give up everything I've earned so far to get my eyesight back, like I'd do that, because then I feel like making it back would be easier. Like everything would be so much easier if I could see. But I don't want to lose the people in my life.
yeah, see, and I mean, but I feel like constantly, like if you have any sort of disability and people are asking that though. It's like, well, wouldn't you give all this up to have that back? And it's just like, well, why do I have to give it? Why would I have to give it back?
Yeah.
I worked really hard to get here. I worked really hard to feel human again. Can't I just have it all? Because I've learned some really good lessons. I want to keep, you know, it's like saying, you know, if you could go back to being in high school or whatever and knowing what you know now, wouldn't you want to? It's like, but no, first off, I'd have to be back in high school.
Yeah, I want to do that. I already did that.
But second, why would I have to give up being the me I am now in order to go back and do that? And it's just like the knowledge that I have now. Yeah, it would have been great if I had known some of the things in high school and stuff, but you know what? It would have been completely useless to me.
Because you don't have the experience behind it. Yeah. It's Joni, I'm going to try and grab a couple more calls because it is late here. I'm really glad you got through. I'm really glad we got to talk. I'm probably going to keep the show moving a little faster when Banana gets here. Wanted to take some time with people tonight. Banana will be here Wednesday night. No, Brooks. So we'll be doing it 9 p. Eastern, 6 p. Pacific. Love having you in the chat when you make it. Love hearing you on the air. And I'm really excited I got to talk to you tonight.
I'm glad I got to talk to you. Thank you so much, Pete. And again, I did need this tonight, so thank you.
Glad we could be there. Thanks, Joni.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. All right, people out there, if there's still some people sticking, there's still calls. I'm still getting notified of calls. And what's this going on? I think that's I think it's like way behind because it's saying that Joni just was Joni texting at the same exact, was she messaging, commenting at the same exact time that she was talking to me? That's kind of skilled. Either that or I think I'm like way behind in the comments over there. 760-517-6844 is the phone number. Let me check the time because it's 12:10 a.m. We'll take a it's amazing how much adrenaline went through my system an hour and change ago to keep me up to do this. We'll take one more, I think. See how it is. 76. Oh, you don't need the phone number again because I'm not going to take any more after this. Hey, who's this? Welcome to the very, very late night show.
Hello, Pete. How are you doing tonight?
Great. Who's this?
I'm one of your old streamers, or not streamers. Sorry, I'm one of the longtime viewers of your channel.
Really? What's your username?
Commander Wolf.
Cool. Have you been? How long is a long time? When did you start watching my nonsense?
4 years in total. I've been watching every single video. I've liked every single one.
Oh wow, that is an impressive streak right there. I appreciate that. Especially now. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've kind of fallen off the past few months. YouTube decided I wasn't cool anymore. So if you're still coming around hitting like on all of them, I appreciate the support.
Yeah, I've been trying.
What's going on tonight?
Not much. I just wanted to call and say thank you for all the motivation you've given us, and I appreciate everything that you've done for the community.
That is really nice to hear. I can lose sight of that. I can't think of different ways to say things sometimes. It sounds weird having the blind guy say it, but I lose sight of it. I just kind of do it. You know, it just kind of became my thing. I make these videos, I put them out there, and sometimes I forget that real people are watching them. Sometimes, and I feel like it's YouTube's fault. They kind of teach us what to do. They put us in this lane. They make us do it, and then I just lose track of the people, like who's watching, who's paying attention, what's this message gonna mean to people. And it's really cool when I hear from someone like you, or I hear it in the comment section, like, oh, that video made a difference, it changed my attitude. So it's nice to know that there's people out there still.
Yeah, like at first I thought my life was hard until I've seen that, oh wait, other people out here are blind and they're actually being successful and they're getting by. And they're even going out and surfing and stuff. And that right there is like proven motivation that no matter what is going on in your life, you will be able to pull through.
That was the message I was trying to get across. I thought it took me a while to explain it properly. I just thought doing the channel in the first year, just being like, "Hey, I'm blind and I surf." Like I thought people would be like, "Holy hell, that's hard." But people, I learned one, didn't understand surfing, most people, and two, I don't think a lot of people understood blindness, which is weird to me because it feels like it should be relatively easy to understand, but I don't think people understand like really living with it and just like how stressful and how much is taken away. But I also don't like to dwell on that because something I learned, it was kind of a message that my dad gave me indirectly, is like everyone's dealing with something. Like my thing's just really obvious. I'm blind. But like I don't know. I can't think of like one person in my life that isn't dealing with something that needs overcoming, that needs extra attention. Like nobody out there is perfect, perfectly healthy, happy, and has nothing in their head. We're all fighting through stuff. It's just that mine's kind of obvious, and I get to relay the story to people in an entertaining way. But I'm sure you deal with something every day that you wish you didn't have to.
Yeah, like for instance, today I got fired from my job. I went in.
That's a lot.
Told me that they had to let me go. I was like, okay.
And what a crap ad! December 11th, you're 2 weeks away from Christmas, and that's when they decide to let you go.
Yeah.
How long had you been at this job?
A year and a half.
Did you know it was coming, or just totally out of the blue today?
Nope. It was totally out of the blue. Showed up. Manager told me, "Hey, conference call," and I was on the phone with corporate, getting walked out of the building.
Ugh. What do we just watched some it was like a 2023 movie, Banana watched, I listened, Eddie Murphy, Candy Cane Lane, and when he got fired from his job, there was like an exit officer that like walked him out. Did someone like escort you out of the building?
Not necessarily. It was just my manager. I worked in a little convenience store here in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What are they downsizing? Like what the hell?
No, it was more towards the fact that I was slowing down and was slacking on a few things that they didn't tell me that I didn't realize that I was. So in return, they just decided to let me go.
I mean, communication would have been nice if you can communicate with your employees that this is expected. I need you to meet these expectations. Like that would have been helpful.
Yeah, and the worst part was I was a manager there for a week.
Oh, what?
I got promoted.
In watching and liking. It's an odd question, but you might have the best answer. What does silence feel like to you, and does it have a sound? I've got extra characters, so do you have a favorite shape?
Sorry, we got a what does silence feel like to me? I'm not sure if you could hear that, but someone sent in a message. What's my favorite shape is what they asked. I'm particularly fond of the rhombus. And what does silence feel like? Sorry to sidetrack in the middle of your call here. I didn't let you go. You're still there.
No, you're good.
My silence is kind of interesting for me because I deal with sound, professionally. I'm doing voiceovers all day, every day, and I'm mixing stuff and doing audio. I'll say some of the most comfortable moments that I feel are when I lock myself in my booth, which is just on the other side of the room for me right now, close both doors, and I'm in that soundproof room all by myself, and it's just quiet. I kind of love it. I don't know why. Banana can't stand quiet. Like she always has to have music playing. I feel so like cocooned and happy when I'm in like a nice quiet room or quiet space. What's your take? Do you like quiet or do you like music and noise and chaos and sound?
I like quiet. I like the noise more or less than anything because I grew up around a lot of kids around me all the time.
Yeah. You just got used to it.
Yeah. For instance, I got 12 nieces and nephews.
Whoa. That's a lot.
Yeah. I have 6 sisters. They all have about ranging from 2 to 3 kids each.
Yeah.
So they always come down to our house and just hang out, and they don't even knock or nothing. They just come on in.
They just come in.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, they're here. Okay.
Well, I hope you are you going to get right back on the horse? You're going to try and take the last couple of weeks of the year off here. You're going to get right back out there and look for another job. You think?
I already got an interview lined up for tomorrow.
That was fast. You just got fired today.
Yeah, I got fired. I walked into their the rival store and said, "Hey, I need a job."
Oh, nice. All right, good for you. Can't keep you down for more than 65 minutes.
Yeah, it was literally like 10 minutes, and they said, "All right, you're hired. Come in tomorrow."
That's great, man. I'm glad it didn't keep you down for too long. Especially just like I said, what a terrible time of year. I feel like nobody should ever get fired. I got fired once on Christmas morning from a big job. It was a big job I had. I don't want to give out the company again, but I had a 6-figure job with the company. I'd been with them for like 9 years, and someone called me in the HR department on Christmas Day. And I said, "Why are you telling me on Christmas Day?" I was downstairs putting the presents out before Banana woke up. And I think the person enjoyed inflicting the pain because he said, "Oh, just trying to give you as much time as possible to go look for another job. Didn't want to, wait until after the holiday." I'm like, "What am I going to look for a job on Christmas Day, you jerk?" I did get rehired by that company 3 months later, so all's well. But getting fired on Christmas was kind of one of the worst things that's happened.
Yeah, really. That's one of the worst things that happens. Like I've worked for big companies myself, like Amazon, Ryder, and Walmart.
Yeah, having your career, your ability to make money taken away is not awesome. But I think I got to wake up early tomorrow to do some voiceovers myself. This test seems like it went pretty well. I'm glad I got to hear from you. Shoot me a note in the comments. Let me know when the new job starts, and I'll thumbs up and wish you the best because I hope that does turn out well.
I will do.
All right, thanks a lot.
Pete.
Appreciate it. All right, I feel like I could stay here all night, but eventually I'm going to need to go to bed. I think I was on the wrong view for a while. Well, this view is one view and it has the phone number on it. I think I was on this one for a while, which doesn't have the phone number on it. So I don't know how the hell everybody figured out what the phone number was. I guess I put it in the description. Then I also had this view, which is over there. I think it's a little side view. That one had a phone number on it. So that was all my tests tonight. I was testing the new phone number up on the screen, the new angle over there, and that collab cam thing that I did in the beginning. I don't know. I'll have to maybe someone can write in the comments after the show if the collab cam worked out. That was me walking around my cell phone giving you the tour of the house. I don't know if that looked good or not. The eventual goal of that thing is that I can have other people join, and not have to have them on the couch. Like I could have other people, I can send that link to their phone and they can use it as a way to join the program. I didn't catch the name of the person who did the super chat there, but I appreciate the question. What does silence feel like? You'd think it would be frightening because I don't have any other input. If I'm not seeing anything and I'm not hearing anything, you'd think it might be frightening. But I kind of enjoy silence. I do. I listen like all day. From the moment I get up, I'm listening to my voice. And thank God I have that much work. Thank God that I'm doing that much. But I'm mixing my own voice to a lot of music. I work with the NHL and the NFL, so I'm listening to highlights all day, every day. And then just those few moments when I get to go into the booth between sessions and it's just quiet. I kind of like it. Let me see if I can fire off some adios music here. Oh, me exiting out of this is going to be a bit of a train wreck. I usually have Brooks to press some buttons for me, so I guess you can watch me. Where's the exit music? There we go. You watch me stumble around for a second. I don't know. Banana's out of town for a couple more days. Maybe I'll get bored in the next couple nights and do another accidental call-in show. It was nice to talk to everybody. Nice kind of take a slow pace and hear everybody's story. So I might do it again. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere around there. I'll be surfing this weekend. If I'm not in the water, maybe I'll do this. But I'll definitely be back on Wednesday, the 17th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, with Banana, doing the live call-in show and talking to you guys. Thanks to everybody that watched on whatever platform you were watching. I appreciate it. Bye.